that's going to happen. You don't have to be perfect. Your information just has to be sound. Um, if your information is sound, the delivery is secondary. Um, good grief! Look at Joe Biden. I mean, his information is sound and his delivery is horrendous. But so yeah, don't. And he's become a very successful politician doing that. But don't look at. I don't want people looking at me and thinking, I can't talk like Dave can. Um, Dave at one time didn't talk like this either. I remember when I was in school, um, they would come. I remember a teacher one time. She said, um, "Get into your desk or your pocket or whatever, and just pull out something I want you to do. 5 minute or 3 minute, some short speech, 2 minute, whatever it was, 2 minute speech on something." And somebody had brought me a widow's mite from Israel. I had the perfect thing in my pocket to really do a really astounding speech on. I was sweating bullets. I mean, I was so nervous and when God called me to preach, I'm like, you can't want somebody like me to preach. There is no way in this world that you want somebody like me to preach. Moses did the same thing. At the burning bush, he talked to God and he said, look, God, he said, I'm slow of speech. I don't speak well. And he said, well, I'm going to send your brother Aaron, he'll speak for you. And so come to find out, we never find Aaron saying hardly anything. Moses was the one that said everything. So it's if you got the information, pray hard and let God guide you. Let him open the Bible tells you, not even to give thought when you're brought before kings and rulers. Don't even give thought of what you're going to say. For in that self same hour, he will give you the words. So just let him lead you, let him guide you. All right. How about Catherine? Go ahead and open your mic, Catherine, and any questions or comments, feel free to share them. Somebody's got the wheels on the bus, goes round and round, playing around here.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Catherine, tell us where you're from and what's going on in your part of the country.
I'm from Middle Georgia.
Okay.
I have been disabled for 15 years.
Yeah.
And recently, I've been trying to get some cancer taken care of. Last week, I had my heart shot. And I have blocked arteries in my legs. So that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay. All right. You just deal with that. Everybody remember Catherine in your prayers. I'm glad you're here.
I also have a son who is autistic,
Okay.
Asperger's syndrome, and legally blind.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a busy old lady.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Everything for a very long time, since the old TBC days.
Yeah.
Every day I watch those videos.
Yeah.
So I wish I could do more, but maybe one day I can.
There'll be somebody to fill that gap. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, I appreciate you all.
Appreciate you too. All right. Thank you. Looks like there's a number that ends in 2188. I don't see a name on it. You will unmute your mic and tell us what's going on.
Hi, I'm from Middletown.
Oh, from Middletown.
Southwest Ohio, yeah.
Okay, I know exactly where you're at. Glad you're here.
Thank you. In my part of the world, I'm just waiting for basically the fur to fly. And,
Yeah. That's my
I
fear.
really don't think it's going to be much longer because people are really tired
Yeah.
of what's going on. I don't know that. I don't know as Americans if we can hold off long enough to wait to see if the military does actually step in and do something with all this
Well,
corrupt.
this is just my opinion. We don't want that to happen. We, the people, are the ones that have to step in. We don't want a military coup. That never goes well. Um,
Well, I don't necessarily mean a military coup, but at some point, this country has to see, and it would have to come from our military and not our respected leaders for
yeah,
the people to stand up and say, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. You either handle it or we'll handle it. And
yeah.
if we handle it, I'm afraid there's going to be more bloodshed than needs to be.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. What I think, and it's just my opinion, I think the Americans are looking for a leader. They're looking for somebody that will tell them um, what to do or guide them. And I want 1776's message to be part of that, as far as guiding them into a peaceful way of doing this. We can. I'm. I don't know if I'll win or not. It's really irrelevant. I'm putting that completely and totally in God's hands. If He wants me in the U.S. representatives, then I'll be there, and if He don't, then I won't. But um, I'm going out with everything I got, um, and I'm not going to create new bills. I'm going to stop what's going on and put the power back in the hands of the people. And that's the kind of representatives we need in Washington, D.C., that are people that are um, going to actually represent their people rather than represent their party or the agenda of their party, because both parties have a very corrupt agenda. And so, yeah, I believe we can do it. Do we have time to do it? I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
That's
it's
out of my
looking
hands.
more and more grim every day.
I know it. I know it. I know exactly where you're coming from. There's sometimes I get a report and I'm like, what do we do here? Just every day just gets worse and worse. And um, Barb was it Barb was sharing or Marge? Somebody was sharing just a minute ago that New York is passing a law where you can't burn wood or oil to heat your home. It just I mean the insanity just keeps building upon insanity, and pretty soon there's going to be a there's going to be a release, and that's what I'm afraid will become the lead. Is okay, somebody stood up in violence, and now everybody's going to follow that lead. And here I am, and when that happens, my job is done, because I don't think there's any bringing it back from that. So
That's where I would agree
we
wholeheartedly.
are we are on that's why I'm driven to do what I'm doing, is to try to keep this on a peaceful path. Um, it's not going to be easy. Everybody thinks when I say peaceful path that it's going to be, you know, a bed of roses. No, it's going to be a bed of thorns. Um, I did not want to run for state representative in first district. I did not want to do it because I know what that's going to entail. I know what that's going to do to my life, and that's what the other side wants. They want guys like me to stay silent, so that they can get their person in there that will follow their agenda. I don't care. They've pushed me into a corner. I have nothing to lose now. It's over if I don't do this. And so, you know, uh, bring
Only
what you
thing you
got.
have to lose is your country.
What's that?
That's it. I said the
What'd you
only
say?
thing that you really have to lose is your country.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
and if we don't follow the peaceful path to this, it's not one of ours, but But on the flip side of that, you have to think of 6 million illegal aliens that has come into this country, mostly all men of fighting age.
Yeah.
Where does that leave us
Yeah.
if we're not united? Where does that leave us?
Yeah, it's
So
there's a whole lot
bid
going
you a God's blessing to stand up for the people. That is commendable. I wish that I had the courage, but I don't.
Well, it'll be there when you need it.
You bet your life.
Yeah, it'll be there when you need it. So just prepare yourself for it. Get the information. Like I said, get the information in you and get ready. Just to get ready. I appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. How about the 0201 ending? Phone number 0201. All right, Steve, if they're not willing to identify themselves, just go ahead and, okay, wait, hang on. Coming in.
This is Sarah and Ann. Hi, Sarah and
Hey.
Ann Santa.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Sorry,
you,
I'm late.
you guys have had quite a journey. You guys want to share any details on what's going on where you're at?
Sure. We're on our way back to Texas right now
Yeah.
and Oklahoma. And we're in New Mexico tonight and driving a lot every day. We got to see our son from Portugal.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him for a couple of years, and Joe and Ann were able to meet him, which was nice too.
Good.
And also, wherever we go, people are really receptive, most of them, to what we're doing, and they're working, and they want the Constitution, and they want the flyer. I hear we have a new flyer. Is that right?
I haven't produced one yet. I know Texas has produced their own. What I want people to do is to take the wording, whatever the case may be, and form fit it to your state, because every state is different. We're not going to do a cookie cutter approach to it anymore. Just take that and use it however you want to use it, and um, make it fit your state. So again, I'm not trying to run every state. I'm not trying to run anything. This is one of the things that I've come to the conclusion is that I can't be responsible for everybody. And honestly, I can't be responsible for anybody except for me. And that's why we've retrofitted this thing to just a true grassroots organization where you guys are in total control of your state. I don't care how you run your state. I don't care who you get for leaders. I don't care what you do. I mean, I only care about the information I'm producing. So yeah, I know that there has been one produced for Texas. Another state contacted me, and I can't remember. I can't remember. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Well, Judy said that she had talked to Steve, and Steve had sent her a new flyer.
Okay.
So I don't know what that could. I think that's what we were asking about, because she was going to send me a copy that she had gotten.
Well, as of right now, Steve and I are the only two actually, working on the central organization. He's been a tremendous help. He's got a lot of information. He's got a lot of.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah. Who's this?
Go ahead, finish. I couldn't hear.
Who? Anyway, Steve has been just a godsend over the past few months. I really appreciate him. So if he's got something put together, fantastic.
Okay,
All right.
so we are is that flyer.
What's that?
You haven't seen it. It's okay yet to go ahead and copy and use the flyer that
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
has?
Yeah. You guys don't.
Okay.
You guys listen. So, everything has changed. You don't need my permission to do anything, please. Look, I don't want you to ask my permission. I just want you to do. Go do.
Okay. Let me ask you one thing. One thing
Okay.
that, and let me tell you, you know that we have passed out hundreds of constitutions and talked to people, you know, and it's amazing the reception, and I think that's great. Patriots start standing up. Now we talk about a moral society. How do
Okay.
we accept, or is it not exactly the word accept, but how can we I don't know, how do you work with everything that's going on that's not good?
Okay. I need everybody else to mute their mic, please. Everybody else mute your mic if you're not talking. Steve, if someone doesn't mute their mic, just go ahead and remove them. Give them a few seconds here. I need everybody to to mute their mics. And Steve, if they don't mute them, then you can go ahead and remove them. So I just need Ann right now to be the only one with an unmuted mic.
Okay, I'm still here.
Give us just a second here, Ann. We're going to take care of this. Please mute your mic or you'll be removed. I apologize for that, but that's just the way it's got to be. All right, Steve, go ahead and start removing people that aren't muted. All right, Ann, go ahead.
Okay, just, you know, I heard, we stopped at a corner on the way up here to the service station, and there was people who are there twice a week, and of course, they're telling everybody about Jesus. And they saw our sign, "We the people," on our camper when we pulled in. So, you know, we talked to them, they prayed with us, we prayed with them. And it's like he said, if we are not willing to remove the evil, who's going to? I mean, if we're not supposed to be the hands of God, how do we accept everything they're allowing for gay pride and all this stuff? How do we get back to a moral society? Santa, I think they muted you too.
There we go. Sorry. This is
Okay.
This is part of the problem. Is the whole morality thing is an issue because people can't get their mind around that the government and morality, that you cannot legislate morality. When you try to make a law to legislate any kind of morality, you're immediately going to create a black market for immorality, and people will figure out a way around your law to become immoral. So legal aspects, I don't even advocate pursuing them. I don't want the government to become the Church of America, and I don't want America to have a, you know, there's some countries that, like, you know, Catholicism is the predominant religion in the Philippines, and it is what is considered a Catholic country, and that's fine for them. But for America, our founding fathers did not want a state-ran church because that's what they'd come from. So when the state starts taking on any role of the church, we start to have a problem. That's why we have two sets of grievances: one against the state, the federal government, and one against the church, because those two entities don't need to be working how do I say this? The the church has a specific role to play, and government has a specific role to play. And when they start interchanging their parts, then things start to fall apart. We tried forcing morality with the prohibition of alcohol. That didn't work out well at all. So
Right.
again, you cannot mandate people live good, but you can teach them morality. And somebody asked me one time, says, "Well, what church is going to be in charge of morality?" And I said, "Churches are about doctrine. Morality has nothing to do with doctrine." So, I mean, there's not going to be a Mormon doctrine or a Pentecostal doctrine that that
Right.
that is the law of the land. No, it's just simple morality. And the church, then, the problem that I have with the church, the reason we have a grievance against the church is, number one, the church has quit preaching morality. They've excused every kind of sin. But when a pastor stands up behind the sacred desk and excuses homosexuality and excuses pedophilia and excuses transgenderism and excuses all these immoral things, then the people over time, and we've seen this happen, guys, over time, people start to think, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, yeah, there's absolutely something wrong with that. Absolutely something wrong with it. And when you change the general mindset of the people, I don't care if it's a country, a state, or a village, it doesn't matter. When you change their mindset to an immoral mindset where anything goes, you can do whatever you want to do. Um, you know, let your heart be your guide. These are things that we've been subliminally taught for years out of Hollywood. And I'm not a conspiracy guy, except for that I know who's behind this entire conspiracy, and his name is Satan.
Right.
It's not some wealthy dude. These guys are not behind this. This is the same evil that has presented itself over and over and over throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
And it took good men and women to stand up and declare the truth. And that's all. Truth is the greatest antiseptic in the world. You just tell the truth and be the truth. And over time, people will see, that, the problem is um, we're running out of time. We're absolutely running out of time. And this has been one of the quandaries I've had from the very beginning was, this is a generational thing that we've got to take to task. And I'm not sure that they know this, the evil that we're facing. They see that there is an uprising in American hearts right now. They see us coming together. They see us binding together. They see us standing together. And instead of pulling back and going, okay, let's go this way. No, they're ramrodding this stuff through, driving it even harder. And so, that's what evil does, guys. That's what evil does. So don't give up the battle. Don't give up the hope. We've just got to preach the truth. The church's job is to establish morality. It's the church's job. They're the closest to the community. Most people go to church within, at most 30-minute drive from their house. That's close. That's closer than any government. So that's the church's job, is to stand up. These pastors have to start standing up and preaching the unaltered truth of the Word of God. When we begin to do that again, and I don't care if you're Baptist or Methodist, I don't care. I don't care. Just preach the truth, and let the people know that this stuff is absolutely. Here's the Bible on it. Okay, this is the authority, and this is what I'm going to preach. And we've got to change the minds. That's what they've done. They didn't use a pulpit. They used Hollywood to change the minds of the American people that this is acceptable, that this is normal. No, it's not normal at all. It wasn't normal back then. That's why they had to make the TV shows and the movies to make it look like it was normal. No, it's abnormal. And until we start calling abnormal again, then we're not going to rectify anything.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and when it comes down to morality, I'm not here to set anybody's morality personally. I don't care, about if you're immoral, be immoral. I don't really care. It's not going to affect me on the day of judgment. It's going to affect you, but it's not going to affect me. And I'm not here to mandate you live by my set of beliefs. But I believe the church should, if you belong to a church, and if you don't, then that church needs to be evangelizing to bring people into that church to make us a moral nation again. And it's got to the point now where it's okay to take that from work. It's okay. Yeah, that guy's a billionaire that owns this company. He ain't gonna miss that. No, that's immoral. I wouldn't take a paperclip from any company that I worked for ever in my life without permission, because it's just not right to do. It's not mine. It's theft. And that's the way I was raised. I've stolen two things in my entire life. Both of them were 16 years old and earlier. I was a little kid. I've told this story before, so bear with me while I tell you. It's kind of raising I had. Dad took me into a hardware store in Lebanon. There was a little family-owned hardware store. And they had these big nails in there. And Dad had been preaching about the crucifixion and those three rusty nails. Boy, he could paint pictures behind the pulpit. And I was like 5 years old, 4 years old. And I saw them nails and I thought, these are probably the same kind of nails that they used to. I remember thinking this, they used to nail Jesus to the tree, and I just had to have three of them. And I got home and I got caught. And boy, did I get in trouble. Oh my goodness. I don't remember getting whipped. I'm sure I did. But I do remember Dad taking me back to the owner of that store and teaching me that was not right. And he had me apologize to that man and had me turn back over my theft to that man. And that man, he played along with my dad. I look back on it now. Back then, I thought he was as angry as my dad, but he wasn't. Three nails. But he knew what my dad was doing, and my dad taught me morality. Now we have parents teaching kids immorality. And so this whole thing has to change if we're going to have, a representative constitutional republic. Because when we say they represent us, that means they represent who we are. And if we're immoral people, we don't care to lie, we don't care to cheat, we don't care to steal, then guess what? That's who's going to fill our houses of Congress. They don't care to lie, they don't care to cheat, they don't care to steal. Hello, does anybody see what's going on here? That's exactly what we've got right now. They don't care to lie, they don't care to cheat, and they don't care to steal. Why? Because they represent us as a people. And it creates massive, massive problems that we're going to have to affect the change from the pulpits. I'm absolutely against mandating through laws any kind of morality. Just I just don't. The only immorality that I would mandate would be that which affects another individual. Um, you know, um, sorry, things that are actually still crimes right now. That's not because they're immoral. That's because they're evil, and they're just naturally. It's naturally seen that these are not right. So yeah, did that make sense at all?
It did, and I appreciate it. It's a battle that we just can't stop. We got to believe that God's honoring it the way we're doing it, and He's going to bring about what we need
And the only other,
What do you mean by this return to a moral society? My answer to them would be the church has that responsibility. That's not legislatively the responsibility. I'm not talking about. That's why we have two sets of grievances. To break it down to a little bit, that was kind of a long explanation, so you'll have where I'm coming from. That if they want more information, now you've got that. Well, but that is the church's responsibility to teach morality to its people, and that's why we have a grievance against the church, because they are no longer teaching good from wrong, or right from wrong. They're teaching that wrong is right, and now they're starting to teach that right is wrong. And so that's where that would be the short answer to that. And then if they want more, go into the fact that you can't legislate morality. It's been tried before; it fails every time because people figure out a way around legislation, or they'll just break the law. It doesn't matter. So. All right. Thank you, Ann. I appreciate you.
Sarah, did you want to say something? And if someone asked me to ask you that on the website 1776rm.com, there's a guy on there. His name is Joe Flood, and he's writing things that aren't true about things we've done since we've been 1776. And so if Steve could take that off somehow, I don't know how to get a hold of him.
Okay. He's listening right now, so he's got all that information. Steve, if you want to check that out.
Under what section is he writing this?
It comes up right under all the people, the members.
Members.
I don't know, Steve. I haven't been on for a while.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where it would be. I've been on most every group session there that's been posted.
Wow. I don't know.
Maybe research that name, Joe Flood.
Yeah. Flood.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look around on the site and see if we can find it.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Love you guys. Be safe.
Hey, Santa, can I jump in next?
Oh, sure. You guys are sharing a phone.
As soon as my dogs quit barking. I'm going to jump off here and go to bed real soon. A couple things I want to share with you. If you'll text me your email, I want to send you this thing, because one of the things that I've been working on is I've been spending more time online and kind of reaching people online. And I don't know what happened to the presentation on the website that you did, but I have not been able to find it. It's a good thing I had it downloaded from when the national team came. But I have literally been sending that out via Messenger, as well as I have been sending the video out of the thing in Kansas. And I feel like I'm getting some good response. I'm spending more time dealing with groups. An example is there's a North Carolina Convention of the States, and they're coming together. But I can tell you, I think Ann was talking about the morality and stuff, and you've been to our church, and our pastor, our church is growing right now very rapidly. Because our pastor, says, example, we will love people that come in that profess to be gay, but they're going to have to change their ways because it's not godly, right? Stuff like that. And it's really surprising that our numbers are really going up recently. But I have stopped spending time going out, and I'm trying to use the internet for my to reach more people, and it seems to be helping. Even the group People's Movement North Carolina, it was dead. It was dead after the Kansas thing, and the person that was even the head of it, I had talked to Carolyn. She tried to get him to reach out to me. He's a friend on Facebook. He's not done that, but he's not been on Facebook. Drew Santa that you spoke with on the phone for several hours, he is on fire right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. He is absolutely on fire. I don't know if you're friends with him on Facebook or not, but try to get on your Facebook and friend me, and then you could find him under my friend thing.
Okay.
What is your
I don't
Facebook, Steve?
Facebook.
I'll send that to you. I'll send that to you via text, Sam.
I sent you a text too. It come from a strange number, but that's the actual link to the presentation. I just looked it up while you were talking.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I sent it out from like my computer on Facebook Messenger to people individually, and I said, please watch this and share out. Right? If you got any questions, get back to me. A lot of people, several people have wrote me back on Messenger, saying, this is awesome. People I know here, they are absolutely to the point where I think they're ready to rise up and end up with bloodshed on the street, like somebody had talked about before.
Yeah.
Husband and I, you know us, we don't want that, but I will tell you, we will not start violence. But if it starts, we will take care of ourselves. So, but I've been really ecstatic because the other thing I'm focusing on, I think you and I have talked about that, is I'm getting involved in more Facebook Patriot groups.
Yeah.
Right in this state, and it, when I share out that video that Nebraska Patriot did in Kansas, people are getting that, and I'm getting some good feedback on Mona's deal, where she said that everybody that's working needs to change their W-4s to exempt and take their own taxes out of each check and put it in an interest-bearing account. She called it a holiday account, and let that money work for you. Then what? Then what is the government going to do if everybody in America did that, or the majority of people? I'd say the government would be in trouble. And I think that, you and I have talked about this, where these phones and all this technology has made everybody lazy in thinking for themselves. And, I've shared that out with a lot of people, and they're like, wow, that's a good idea. And that's what got me starting to send those videos out on Messenger to individual peoples rather than going out, because I can reach a lot more people via the internet than I can going out personally. Right?
Yeah. That's
and
it.
I'm very ecstatic about the responses that I'm having. But
Good.
I want to send you this North Carolina Conventions Estate pocketbook of stuff that they're working on, which is a new group that I've kind of, been watching, and that was through Drew as well. But like I said, Drew's on fire right now.
All right. That sounds good. Tell him I said hi.
I will, but I love you all, and I'm sorry, but I had surgery and I've been really sick, and I don't really stay up late. So
it's been an hour already, so I'm about ready to bring it to a close. I was trying to get through everybody, but we had some really good comments going on. Does anybody else have anything pressing that needs to be addressed right now? If you will, just open your mic and call for time, and we'll give you the time. Anybody got anything pressing that needs to be addressed? Okay, let's go ahead and set a time for next. Let's do. Let me look at my calendar here. Would you be willing to do this again? Since we didn't get as much covered as I wanted to.
Hey, Diana.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul wants to say something to you.
Okay.
Hello, David.
Bob, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, doing great. I want to let you know we're
continuing on our waking the people up and every state. And,
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
that's it.
So proud. Thank you.
We got one.
All right. Let's close this meeting out then. How about Monday, 8 o'clock at night again? And we'll just do it again. Would 7 o'clock be better? You guys tell me. I can do it at 7.
I would like 7 o'clock better. But what day Monday? Next Monday?
The second.
Santa, I'm not available Monday. I got a board meeting.
Okay. Well, how about the third? I should have confirmed with you first, Steve. let's lock Steve and
It's a Tuesday, isn't it?
behind it. What's that?
That's a Tuesday, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm available for that.
Okay. Yay or nay on 7 o'clock?
Yay for me.
7 will work for me.
Hi, Barbara, by the way.
Hello, Freedom.
I was gonna say hi, Barbara. It's Shirlene and Slim.
Hi, Charlene.
Are there any nays against the 7 o'clock? All right, 7 o'clock next Tuesday, the 3rd. We'll do it then, okay?
All right. Hey, David.
Yeah.
Really quick. I can't get, for some reason, your email keeps kicking back that it's not right.
I don't know what it is. Steve actually sent me one. We have something going on though. I'm not sure exactly what it is. We're trying to get it rectified, but I do have your phone number.
Okay.
Freedom Nurse sent me your phone number, and I've not even opened that message yet, so I'm going to stay where I've got a dot beside. So, but
All right.
thank you so much. I'll be getting in touch with you.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good evening, and love you all.